car, if you with your family, if you in the backyard having a cookout, I need you to turn this all the way up, cause it's about to go live. Woo! This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. I know you see the vibes, I know you see the light and how it shines. I'm a child of God, why you look surprised? I'm super fly, I won't apologize, cause I walk in favor, I got flavor. Salt of the earth, I can't lose my savor. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's my savior. Eyes on the cross, I don't see no hate. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Yeah, yeah. I once was lost, but now I'm fine. And I won't go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, I didn't give it, and the show can't take it away. The show can't take it away. No, no. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, I didn't give it to me. The show can't take it away. The show can't take it away. No, no. I faced a lot of things in my lifetime, but God stepped in at the right time. Picked me up when I was down. Nothing can stop me now. Never see the righteous forsaken. Everything that I suffered has taught me patience. All my help, it comes from you. You're the only one that pulled me through. So refreshed, I've been renewed. Feel like I just can't lose. Joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, yeah, yeah. The world didn't give it to me, I didn't give it to me. The show can't take it away. The show can't take it away. No, no. This is what I need y'all to do for me. I need you to forget about your problems, grab your loved one by the hand, and take them to the dance floor, cause it's about to go down. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy, woo, this joy, this joy, this joy, this joy.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you? Today is Sunday, March 2nd, and this is episode 126 of the Motivation Moments podcast. I remember when it was only episode 26. Now we added a 1 to the 2, and now it's 126. And we're so blessed that we've had this longevity, and we're only just getting started. So thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast where we encourage, we inspire, and motivate. I'd like you to take some time right now to just subscribe to the channel. For those of you who are on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not already a subscriber, what you waiting on? It's free. So if you've been enjoying the content, if you've been enjoying the fellowship and the information, then please be sure to hit that like button, share it, and hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. For Facebook, I thank you so much for tuning in as well. Just follow the channel where our Facebook presence is growing, and we're so appreciative of that. So listen, we're at 187 subscribers on YouTube, and we're at 282 of Facebook. If we can round that up to 190 and 285, I'd greatly appreciate it. I think there's going to be a lot of new people watching tonight because the month of March, every guest that we have in March are brand new guests. So they're all first time individuals to the podcast. And I wanted to bring you new voices. I know you have your favorites on this show, but I also want to bring new voices and new people with wonderful perspectives. The theme for this month is your health is your wealth. So we thank you so much for tuning in for the month of February, where we're talking about kingdom marriage, where we had my beautiful wife, Zenjo. We had Craig and Latoya Campbell. We had Leighton and Jessica Kennedy. We had Cameron Thompson, Al Arecki on for 2 episodes. But now we're going to flip the page and we're going to do for this month, your health is your wealth. Somebody put in the chat, your health is your wealth. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot Instagram. I want to acknowledge somebody on Instagram that we go back to the Clubhouse days, Miss Jacqueline Price, who came on to check us out today. So Miss Jacqueline, thank you for tuning in all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. And also, I want to make one quick announcement before we get right into our discussion with our guest. Some of you in the audience will be getting an envelope that looks like this. It's pink. It is not Mary Kay. What will be in the envelope will be, if you pre-ordered your book of Rooted in Boldness, Imperfect Women, Extraordinary Faith, you will be receiving this book. This is my wife's book, her first book, her first solo book. I'm incredibly proud of her. We shipped off a whole bunch of books on Saturday evening in the post office, and we're going to do another shipment on Monday. And if you ordered a book, thank you, hun. You'll see a card in your book. All right. This card, it allows you to go on our website and you can order another book, whether Rooted in Boldness or any one of our other titles like the 522 Man, and you can get 10% off your next offer. So therefore, I want to let you know that if you want your book, if you want to order from our company or as Christian publishers, you can go to sisterpamelapublishing.com and pre-order your book for Rooted in Boldness, 522 Man, or any of the anthologies that are in our catalog. Today, our first guest for the month of March is someone who I met virtually on a Facebook group. I think everyone on this group, I think the next 3 guests are some from the same Facebook group, including Cameron, who we had last week. Her name is Davina McLean-Randall. Now, let me just say a little bit about her. Davina McLean-Randall is the founder and CEO of A Caring Voice for You, which is a nationwide service dedicated to supporting people through stress, grief, loneliness, life transitions, and more. And she spent most of her life advocating for those who need support and need help. She has a Facebook group called the Stress, Loneliness, Grief, and Everything in Between group that navigates life's obstacles. She has been motivated to do this through her own significant losses and challenges. And she's the epitome of someone who went through pain and took that pain and made it purposeful. So she has an amazing company. I know a lot of her friends and family are watching, so I salute you. And for her debut on the Motivation Moments podcast, we really want to celebrate her and celebrate her company, which is A Caring Voice for You, based in upstate New York. Without further ado, let us introduce her first time on the Motivation Moments podcast, Miss Davina McLean-Randall.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
But I think she'll pop up in just a moment.
Oh.
So one of the things with Davina is that her company, as I mentioned before, is A Caring Voice for You. And one of the things that she does is that she creates spaces for individuals who have similar types of trauma or similar types of issues to connect and build relationships. I think is something wrong with my network that I can't see her. I just see a black scroll and a circle. So I know she's there. She's out there. So why don't we do this? Why don't we? It'll come up in a moment. And there she is. Haha. It was on my side. So, I guess I should pay the bill. How you doing?
I love it. Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you just allowing me to come on and share.
Well, thank you. Thank you. This is the beauty of a live podcast that, you're at the mercy of the connections, but it was I don't know what was going on. But anyway, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you are here to tell your story. We're here to also promote and highlight your work and your company. And so people in my audience can get to know you. So, Davina, I see you got your fans here. All right, cool. Shout out to each and every one of you. Davina, talk a little bit about your childhood. Who are you? Where are you from? This is the first time that people are getting to know you. So let's start from the very beginning. So
wow, the very beginning. Goodness, I didn't think you were gonna talk about the very beginning, but I was born and raised in Western New York, and I'm originally from this area. I come from a rather large family. I have several siblings, 6 total, including myself. So 6 children my parents raised, and I am a mother myself, so I have 3 children as well. I love making a difference in the lives of people. I think that is one of my greatest traits that I say that I can I don't know, maybe remember from growing up. When I was a young child, I love helping others. I love making a difference in their lives all the way up until now. It was something that I think was rooted in who I was as an individual, and it's still there. So that's a little bit about myself. And that's kind of how I created A Caring Voice for You, just continually just making a difference in the lives of people and knowing that that's my passion. That's something that I enjoy doing, and something I'll continue doing throughout my life.
all right, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So A Caring Voice for You. And I read about it, went on the website. We'll show the website in a little bit. And some of the stuff that you do, we'll get into more of the details of the services provided and some of the obstacles in creating the business, some of the wins, some of the highs the successes that you've achieved, because we're talking about health as wealth, and that includes mental health, spiritual health, all that type of thing. What was the greatest inspiration for you to start such a service?
Wow. So my background is in counseling. So I've counseled people for many years. And I've always had, like I said, a passion for just helping individuals. But I would say a couple years ago, I went through my own loss. I went through my own grief of losing several family members at the same time. And at the same time as all that was occurring, I found myself sick at home in bed. I was homebound, and I am not, at the age of an older adult or someone who should be going through something as significant as I was going through, and not really getting an answer as to what was happening physically with me, what was happening health-wise. And I found myself just thinking, okay, at that time, my background also was in education. So I was a special education I was working in education. I was an assistant principal at the time, and just multitasking and doing so much that I think I burnt myself out. I burnt myself out to the point that I was home in bed and just not able to do much. And while I was sitting at home, just trying to figure out life as it stands, I thought, you know what? I felt like the Lord dropped A Caring Voice for You into my spirit to gain understanding of it's not about me, but it's about helping others. And in the midst of, what I was going through, I started writing. I started coming up with plans of what I felt I needed to push and do. I've always done counseling, but this was different because I was going through my own sense of loss and grief, and then a sense of loneliness because, yes, I had family members and friends who were going in through some of the similar things, grieving as well. But it was something about what I was going through because I was at home in bed and really able to do much. So I think it was that combination of that loneliness, the grief, just trying to figure out life in general with my career because I was at home. I couldn't go to work. I was still doing counseling because I was able to do counseling. It's a little bit more simpler than actually going out as an assistant principal, but it was something about that time period that shifted something within myself to know that it was something that I needed to do differently. And that's how A Caring Voice for You was created.
Oh, nice. You mentioned, and I'm deeply sorry to hear of the loss of multiple family members at such a short period of time, the past few years.
Thank you.
My deepest condolences. I'm just curious, was that during the time of COVID when those things happened, or before, or is it?
Good question. It was after COVID, and during that time of COVID, that's when it started. I lost one family member during that time. It wasn't COVID related, but it was unexpected. And then things started going back to somewhat normal. We were able to go back to, in person, a lot of different things. And I thought, okay, we're in the clear. And just unexpectedly, I started losing family members. And it was just, sometimes when you lose someone and it's, that it's maybe a sickness or illness that they're going through, it's still tough. But at least you have somewhat of a warning. Yeah. But when you don't have a warning and it's, someone that you thought was completely healthy, several of my family members I thought were completely healthy and just, out of the blue passing away, that put a halt on just life in general for me because, no one can really explain grief. When you're going through, when you're in the middle of it, I don't truly believe there are any words that can describe it. And unless you're going through it, that's the only way you can really get a grip and try to gain an understanding of what you're going through. So that was kind of like the time period of when everything was occurring. It was after COVID when I thought, and I think many other people thought, things were safer, things were settling down. But I think it was just the beginning of, I say, my roller coaster ride of life, because it was chaos and a lot of ups and downs that I went through right after COVID.
And it's something that you said, Davina, which resonates with me, is that the whole thing with grief, because being someone who's in church and someone who is an elder and has had to go and officiate or help officiate many funerals and dealing with deaths of parents, deaths of children. One of the things that I've learned in my life dealing with grief and helping with grief counseling is you never really have the right words to say. You can't just, as much as I love the Bible and as much as, because we're a Christian podcast, as much as I love the Bible, a lot of times people will say things just, if you have a family member who passed away and you just say, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh, blessed be the name of the Lord. It's like, in other words, it's a way for them to force you to get over it and not grieve properly. When, if Jesus wept, so can you. And, I think that's really important, the way that we handle grief, handle people with care. And I think that that's really important, because we can really mess up people by being insensitive in their difficult times.
Yeah. And I totally agree with you, Gregory. It's hard to know what to say and what to do, because some people may want certain things when other people may not. And it's like you're walking on this fine line, just trying to gain an understanding of what they need. I always encourage individuals to just be there with them. You don't necessarily have to say a word. You don't necessarily have to do much if they don't want you to, but just be there, be in the presence with those individuals and offer things. Those things typically help. But yeah, it's hard to figure out because everyone's different. Some people may take one thing when others may say, no, absolutely not. So it's just trying to figure out the person and ask questions to gain an understanding of how they want support and assistance.
Yeah, handle people with care, and remember, it's not about your comfort. Sometimes people don't want to see you cry, so they just, the dead in Christ will rise first, and he that remains shall be caught up together to those who meet them in the air. Look, I really don't want to hear that right now, even though it's true. Can I cry? Is that okay? And we're talking with men and women. Can I just be in the moment right now? Don't force me to go through my morning faster than what I needed to go through. And sometimes you just have to just give someone a hug and say, I stand with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You said something too about time. Like, I truly believe grief has no time limit. Some people may expect individuals to get through or be okay at a certain point in time. Oh, it's been this amount of time, you should be all right, or, say certain things. And it's, I always say that it just doesn't have a time limit, because you never know what people are going through, even years down the line. So be cautious and careful about the words you speak and the words you say, because you never know what may bring up those feelings again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There may be, especially, like, there's not different levels, but there's different types of grief. It's like the death of a parent, the death of a spouse, the death of a child. Hey, even to some people, the death of a pet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know some people that their cat is like their child. When the cat dies, it's like they're in sackcloth and ashes crying. And it's like some people say, oh, it's just a cat, get over it. No, that insensitive.
Yeah,
Totally
because that's their family. To us, maybe a pet, but to them, that's their family. When they were going through all those emotions and things that were happening in their everyday lives, that pet was there. So yeah, I agree. Be very careful and cautious, even when it comes to a pet, because technically that's their family.
Exactly. We're here with Miss Davina McLean-Randall from A Caring Voice for You. Like, share, and subscribe. And I see a lot of people in there. I see a lady named Nikki here. Nikki, how you doing? Do you know Nikki? Is this your friend?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I know Nikki. She is my family member. So yes, shout out to Nikki.
Shout out to Nikki. All right, cool. Well, listen, so let's talk about the company that you started, A Caring Voice for You. You said that this dropped in your spirit from the Holy Spirit to start this organization. So how was the breaking ground period like? So you had the vision to start this, right? The vision, make it plain, as you say in the book of Habakkuk. And yes, biggest supporter. Hallelujah. So it's like, write the vision, make it plain. How did you get started? Like, what did you do? What were the steps to make this happen?
Wow. So yeah, there are a lot of different steps. Starting a business is not easy. There are so many different things that you need to do and accomplish, and things that you don't even know that you need to do, and you need guidance and support. So the first thing I did was I started writing down my ideas. All of my ideas, I wrote them down, and I continue to do that. I got organized. I created I got in touch with an attorney to get started with my LLC and figure out what type of business entity I wanted. And then I moved forward with just trying to figure out how I wanted to, build the business. How was I going to create my website? Who was I going to connect with? What groups of individuals will be my target audience. There were so many different things that I had to create and to gain an understanding of, and to connect with people who were more knowledgeable in those areas. Again, my background was in counseling. My background is in education. My background is not in business. So, you can speculate and assume, but you have to do your research. And that's what I had to do. That time that I was spending homebound, I started researching. I started just gaining an understanding of what it is that I needed to do to be successful in my business, and to make sure that it was a safe way of moving out. Because, just because you have an idea, just because you write some things down and you get an LLC, doesn't mean that things are going to go well. You need to protect your business. You need to protect the way that you carry your actions out to ensure that they're going to be successful and safe. So I just took steps. I connected with people. I listened. I got a few mentors, which I thought were absolutely amazing, because they've been through a lot of things that I was just starting out going through. And it helped me quite a bit to really gain an understanding and to really connect further with other individuals. And I think that's the greatest thing is, once you're in business and you start connecting with all these amazing people, the sky is the limit on who you can connect with, and how those connections can build yourself, build your brand, build knowledge, build wisdom, and you help each other. So it's a beautiful thing. Never thought in a million years that I would be a business owner. I always thought that I would continue in education, maybe do counseling here and there, but not where I am today. And it's all because I felt like the Lord dropped a caring voice for you into my spirit to do. And I'm so glad that I am here. This is the journey that He has led me on, and this is my destiny according to what He shared with me. So
awesome. Then we're so proud of you that you listened to His voice and that you are doing your purpose. You took your pain into purpose. So that is incredible to see. Now, what we're going to do right now, for those who've never heard of A Caring Voice for You, we're going to show the 2-minute clip that explains the services and what Miss Davina and her team can do for you if you need her services of health and wellness. And we'll get a little bit more into the granular stuff in regards to the company. So let's watch this 2-minute video and we'll be right back.
We understand the need for seniors and adults with disabilities to have the opportunities to talk with other individuals, socialize, and have someone to listen to them. At A Caring Voice for You, we specialize in showing compassion to others through quality, collaborative conversations to increase connectedness among seniors and adults with developmental disabilities. As a crisis counselor with over a decade of experience, I learned one common experience was loneliness. Life happens. We all feel alone at times. In these moments, we want to be there to support you, to listen. Our Friendship Connections membership allows seniors to connect with another senior over the phone in the comfort of their own home for companionship. A Caring Voice for You employee will introduce each customer to the other and get the conversation going. Customers will be paired together based on similar interests and experiences for their desired amount of time for each connection. Our Health and Happiness service provides check-in services for elderly loved ones and adults with disabilities for health and safety reasons. Our goal is to provide partner support to allow homebound and elderly members of your family who live alone to increase their confidence in their independence. Customers can align the service to meet their needs, which may include reminders such as medication, pet, household, or meal reminders. This service will allow caregivers to have relief of checking in on their loved one and instead receive a text message, phone call, or an email updating them on their status. Lastly, our compassion calls are designed to increase socialization through quality, collaborative conversations among seniors and adults with developmental disabilities. Customers will have the opportunity to share their thoughts, feelings, and opinions from their topic of choice with an employee. Our core values reflect our purpose, culture, and work. We reflect care in every phone call and in all that we do. We focus on compassion. We're here to demonstrate love and kindness. We accept everyone. We love you just the way you are. We are here to provide support and listen to you without judgment. We respect you. We treat everyone fairly and appreciate your willingness to trust us to support you. We strive for excellence. We are purpose-driven with integrity. At A Caring Voice for You, we are real people, waiting to listen and connect with you. Go to our website at caringvoiceforyou.com to choose your desired package or give us a call today at 833-829-1088 to get started. If you don't see a package that fits your needs, have any questions, or need any assistance, we're here to help. Email us at acaringvoiceforyou@outlook.com. A Caring Voice for You, showing compassion care one call at a time.
Okay, well, that is A Caring Voice for You. That's a very interesting and innovative business model. One thing that I can say is that what I appreciate a lot about it is that my mother, I don't think I ever told you this, my mother was a geriatric nurse for over 40 years in the mental health space in Toronto. So my mom has a huge heart for the elderly. Now that she's a senior citizen herself, that's one of the things that is she just has such a heart for elderly folks and the needs for senior citizens. And she's such an advocate for the senior community in Toronto and wherever the space is. So I really appreciate. Where was this 40 years ago? What you had? I saw a question pop up from my friend Junior Bennett. Did you go into your business with them? Good evening, Junior. Did you go into your business with a mindset of it being a full-time or part-time basis?
I started out thinking eventually it will be full-time, but for right now, it is a part-time business, not because I don't want it to be full-time, but because I am still growing. We started this about 2 years ago, and it's growing just like any other business. So right now it is part-time, but I can foresee that it will be full-time. And please share this business model, share with your loved ones, family, friends, get it out there so that people know that we exist, because there are so many different ways. And often I hear from so many people that they may have loved ones that are in different areas, different locations, and they want to check on their loved one. And they just don't know about our services, and they try to find so many different other ways to do that. And if they only knew, so about A Caring Voice for You, we can do that very quickly. And we have so many other services. That was the beginning video. So we have so many other services that we provide. We also provide supports to college students. So that was one of our newest things. College students, we have a wellness check-in support service for them as well. And we also work with small businesses who often don't have time to, the business owners don't have time to connect with their employees. So we provide wellness support and check-ins to their employees and collaborate with employees in a safe and confidential manner, and then provide support and guidance to the business owner to ensure that they can retain their employees. So we have a variety of other services. If you want to learn more, just check us out at caringvoiceforyou.com. But yeah, that was the beginning video. And it was so exciting to see that video because, it just brought me back to the beginning of when everything first started. And it was so exciting. Everything is still exciting now, but just my passion that I had at the beginning to just get up and get running and make a difference. So it's exciting. I haven't seen that video in a while, so it was nice to see it again. Thank you for sharing it.
Oh, no problem. It's a good video, and it was comprehensive in explaining how you do what you do, which is really important. I want to put the website up. You said it, but I also want to put the website up so people can see it if they want to take a snapshot of it, because there's somebody out there that's has an elderly parent or who is a college student. And I just believe that it's so important to provide networking and relationships, and so people don't feel lonely or grieve that they're not alone in this world. So let's put the website up again. If you just want to say it again, quick, say it again, and then
Sure.
we can post it on the site right here.
Absolutely. You can reach out to us at caringvoiceforyou.com and set up an appointment and the appointment's free to just learn more, to collaborate, to find out what services can be designed to meet your individual needs. And that's one of the best things about A Caring Voice for You. Our services are uniquely designed to meet each individual or family member's needs, and we collaborate with you during that appointment time to find out what exactly that you need, how we can collaborate together as a team to get what it is that you need accomplished. So whether it's you're reaching out for a loved one or if you're reaching out for yourself, we design it all to make sure that you are receiving what it is that you are in need of.
Awesome. So another question. So I know that you're based out of upstate New York, but your services pervade throughout all 50 states. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. You're right. We are nationwide. So we service any individual throughout the United States. Because our services are over the phone and it's wellness check-ins, we could provide services, any of the 50 states. So we have connected with individuals in Florida and California, all over. So wherever you are, we can provide support to you or your loved one.
So that I know that you're not that far away from my hometown, Toronto. So also you provided in Canada, or is it just the United States?
We have not connected with anyone in Canada, but that's something that we can look into. If someone is interested, we will not turn anyone away. We will collaborate with them and find out how to meet their needs. So yes, we will provide services to individuals in Canada as well.
So to my Canadian friends and family that are watching, don't be discouraged. We will find a way to help you out with A Caring Voice for You. And also, guess what? The phone is the phone. If it's virtual and it's through phone calls, it can also work in Canada, I'm assuming. So, so that it's not just the 50 states, it's also in our neighbors to the north. So share with me with this health and wellness company that you've started. What would you say is the proudest? This quote right here might have just answered my question. My question was going to be, what was your greatest win? What was your greatest success? North Carolina. What's your greatest success story from A Caring Voice for Me? What case or what situation do you hold that's the most proud? And it's I want to keep doing this because this made it all worth it.
Wow, that's a big question because I meet people all the time and you never know the situation that you could possibly be in or you have a family member in. And there's two situations that really, I think hit me really hard. There was one particular individual, and just for confidentiality, I'll keep it very,
absolutely,
just short. But this particular individual did not have any family members or friends that they could connect with or count on, whether it was because they passed away or because of just not getting along with those family members. And this particular individual reached out to me and they asked for my services because if they were to pass away, they wanted a check-in support, daily check-in support. But they wanted the service because if they were to ever pass away, they wanted to make sure that their two dogs would receive support and someone would know that their two dogs were in need. That one hit me the hardest, I think, because just knowing that in this day and age, with all this technology and everything that we have, there are individuals who feel like they have no one to connect with. They feel like they don't have anyone, even a neighbor, to check in on them on a regular basis. So those are the types of things that and phone calls that we get on a regular basis. But that's the one I think hit me the hardest because in a sense, I kind of connected with this particular individual. I could see through our conversations just that individual and many of my family members and friends and people that I loved. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts as well, is that as I'm talking to these individuals on a regular basis, I see myself, I see, people that I love in these conversations, and it really hits home and it makes a difference. So I would say that one was probably the hardest that I had to deal with. There are other ones, but often there's at least one other person that they can connect with. But this particular individual, they had absolutely not one person.
Mm. Okay. That is a very compelling story as well, where we basically see how individuals you think are okay, but they're actually very lonely. They don't have anyone to talk to. They don't have anyone to connect with them. They don't know if they were to pass away, who would take care of them or whatever, or who would look after their situation. So I'm really enjoying listening to this conversation to learn more about this company. So as we're, fixing our technical difficulties right now, I'd like for you, if you're enjoying this information, because I believe there's a storm in Dallas, and that's why we're getting all this connection. Or maybe it's on her end, or maybe the devil's a liar. We're trying to knock out the situation. But listen, if you're enjoying the conversation and you want to hear more episodes like this, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Liking and subscribing is absolutely free. So if you want to go on YouTube, and if you want to just click the bell for notifications, click the like button. If you want to subscribe to this channel, you can do so, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're on Facebook, if you want to follow the channel, and if you want to see the past episodes in YouTube or on Facebook, you can do so. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll see all of our episodes from the past, and you will also be blessed by the knowledge that we are giving out into the atmosphere. So like, share, and subscribe as we bring Davina back. We want to continue this conversation. Nana, thank you for sharing in regards to that amazing story of how your company, A Caring Voice for You, helped this particular individual. And I saw a comment, a testimonial that was on there from somebody from North Carolina. I think it was your friend, your friend from North Carolina. Hey, Nikki, thank you, Davina, for helping my daughter with your service. A single parent who didn't finish college. I truly appreciate you helping my daughter with many questions and concerns about college. All right. So that's amazing to hear. Shout out to Nikki, and this is an excellent testimonial. Anybody else have testimonials? Flood the chat. So I want to ask you two more questions. This one, we had talked about the losses that you had from family members, the grief, the loneliness that you personally experienced. Mm-hmm. And now you have A Caring Voice for You, which is growing, which is providing services to others. How has you being in service through A Caring Voice for You to others, how has that healed you from the losses that you have experienced? So we've all gone through losses, and then we find our purpose. Has finding your purpose through this company help heal your heart? And if so, how?
Wow, that's a big question. I couldn't say, I don't know if it necessarily healed my heart, but I think that it really helped me to move forward. Because, when you go through grief, when you go through loss, sometimes you're stuck. I felt stuck, when I was sitting in bed, I just felt stuck. But knowing that I was going to help people who are going through some of the same things that I was going through, that loneliness, the grief, just feeling lost, that helped me to realize that I have something to do. I have a passion that's still in me that I need to connect with people and do something about. Because if I felt the way that I did with my background and counseling people for many years, but really not truly understanding what it felt like until I was in my own mess, then what is everyone else going through out in the community and out in the world? How can I really help them and make a difference in their lives? So I think it just helped me to move forward and to know that it put a little fire under me, to keep going, that my time here on earth is still moving forward, and I need to continue to move in the path that I felt like the Lord was leading me in.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. And here's why, because there are many people that are listening right now or will listen in the future, may feel stuck or grief ridden, and to know that there's help out there and that you're not alone. And one of the things I've always tried to practice is this. Remember the story in the Bible about the one who the servant who had 10 talents, the one that had 5 and the one that had 1?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I believe it's Matthew 22, but the text talks about the one that had the 10 talents. And then he went and he invested it, flipped it, and came back for 10 more and gave it to the master. In the text, and someone brought this to light, and it changed my heart, is that the master said, "Enter into my joy," because he was doing something. He was fulfilling his purpose. Mm. All of us have talents, and sometimes you can't see them when you're going through grief. And sometimes the talents that you have are cultivated because of the grief, right? So one of the ways to get joy, which I believe joy comes from God, happiness comes from things and people, but joy is a fruit of the Spirit. It comes from the Lord, right?
Yes.
Hallelujah. So the way to find joy in them, and joy is contentment in spite of bad situations. Happiness is because of a situation. So joy comes in the morning, but joy happens, I believe, when you're fulfilling God's purpose. So even in the midst of tears and even in the midst of sad times, you will find purpose and you will find joy when, even through your tears or even through your hurt and pain, you do what God has called you to do. Mm-hmm. And when you take care of God's business on the front end, he'll heal you on the back end. Oh, yes. I felt that. Did you hear that A flat? I'm kidding. but yeah, is there anybody here? No, I'm kidding. So Cat can testify. But that's what I find with A Caring Voice for You, is that because of your story and because of what you've gone through, you found your joy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you. There are moments where sometimes you're just overwhelmed or you're sad, but when you can honestly feel the joy within yourself, although you're going through those moments, then it's something different. It's something different that you have. And, getting to that point is so important for individuals who are grieving. Find what your purpose is and get to that point, because there is joy on the other side to move forward in whatever you're going through.
Hallelujah. Awesome. We're here with Davina McLean-Randall, the founder and CEO of A Caring Voice for You. Titles make it a CEO, entrepreneur and founder and head curator of A Caring Voice. A Caring Voice for You. Yeah, man. Don't say it's a part-time or small business. It's big to you. So use big words. Founder, CEO, chief exec. Don't even say CEO. Chief Executive Officer.
There you go.
Make it big. Yeah, come on. So my final question is this. And if you're enjoying this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. My final question to you is this, and we kind of talked about it this afternoon. Let's say that, and you've accomplished a lot, and I validate and acknowledge all of the work that you're doing. I pray that this is a sevenfold blessing that you achieve with this business.
Thank you.
Let's say that unfortunately, everything that you've accomplished on this earth goes away. And I've asked this question with many guests, and I've gotten really great answers. And all you have is a pad and a piece of paper. You have the memories of everything, but just the fruit of it, you can't really see. With your life story and the losses that you've had, and your bounce back and starting this business and serving others nationwide, and the memories of that, what would be the 3 pieces of advice based on your life experiences that you would pour into the world as your legacy, as Davina McLean-Randall's legacy? What 3 pieces of advice would you impart to the world?
Hands down, the first one is your relationship with Christ. And I know for me, that is the most important, because when everything else has failed you, people sometimes will fail you, possessions will go away. Even individuals, you have children often go off and they do their own thing. But when you have your relationship with Christ, that's the most important thing, because when the earth has passed away, and often when you're sitting there alone and you're in the midst of it by yourself, when you have your relationship with Christ, he will never fail you. He will always be there with you, and he will always provide what you need. So the number one thing is your relationship with Christ. The second thing is take those moments to connect and build relationships with people who are important to you. Because you never know the time that you have. Time is precious. Yeah. It's one thing that we know we can't get back, and we know that it's kind of treading away. We just don't know how much time we have. So build those relationships and be intentional with the people that you love. If you make those phone calls if they're on your mind, or, tell them that you love them, or whatever it may be. What you feel like it's best for you to do for the people that you love and care about. Do those things, because those relationships and the people that you love, they're important. Wow. And the third thing is take care of yourself. Yeah. Do things that are important for you. We always, I don't know, for myself, sometimes when you're going, sometimes in our society that we live in, we constantly just go, 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 go. We never stop and do things that we enjoy. And it's so important for your self-wellness. Like, take care of yourself. Do things that are important for you, even if it's something as simple as, taking time to just breathe in, breathe out, close your door. Sometimes as parents, I remember moments like this. I don't have to do it anymore, but going to my car to have that peaceful moment where I don't have to hear the noise and I can just, dive into whatever I need to do. But take time, whether it's exercise, journaling, listening to music. Music is my thing.
Oh, me too.
Oh my gosh, I love music, praise and worship. Just listening to music. That's what I do for my wellness. But find what it is that matters most to you and do it. Because often, if you are not up to par, the people that you love and are surrounded by, they can't be, they can't, take from you, or you can't give if you're not up to par, the people that surrounded by you that you often give to, you can't give anything because your cup is empty. So just take care of yourself, do things that you enjoy and love, and make time for yourself, because it's important. So those are my 3 things.
And actually, What you just did was you just spelled out the acronym of joy, because the first point you made was Jesus, the second point was others, and the third was you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey, I'm paying
Love
attention.
it.
Well, hey, glory be to the yes, ma'am. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Yes.
What a way to conclude the podcast. You just, I don't even think you realize you did it, but when you were talking, when I
No,
was listening to your points there, and this was not scripted, y'all. This
no,
was
not at all.
that's the way you get to joy, is Jesus, others, then yourself.
Yes.
Hallelujah. The website is a caringvoiceforyou.com. How can people connect with you other than the website? What are your social media handles?
Yes, I am on Instagram at Conversations with Davina, and it's Conversations with Davina because I have a podcast as well called Conversations with Davina, where we talk about life struggles and how to become an overcomer.
Yes.
You can also reach me on Facebook, and I am on YouTube as well, LinkedIn as well. But yeah, those are my social media handles. Feel free to check me out, subscribe, and just learn more.
Definitely. Let's support her podcast, from podcaster to podcaster. Let's support her podcast. All my audience also become her audience and learn more about her business and support her business. Listen, I'm very much into supporting minority-owned businesses, particularly minority women-owned businesses that is doing great work, and especially people that are part of the kingdom of God. So can we please make a promise to support and pray for her and for every client that comes across that is going through grief and loneliness and stress, because there is freedom in Jesus, and there's freedom from the people of God when the people of God really help out and show that they care. Thank you so much, Davina, for with us tonight. I appreciate you. And hey, if you let's do this again sometime. Let's collab somewhere. We'll talk after this. But if you in the audience enjoyed this podcast, would you consider liking, sharing, subscribing? And also, if you want to support the work that I'm doing, if you want to sow a seed into this podcast by going to my PayPal account, bloomfieldting@gmail.com, or Cash App at bloomfieldting. Or if you want to support as well, so that's sewing into the podcast ministry, or if you want to support by going and purchasing one of our books, go to sisterpamelapublishing.com. You can get the 522 Man, which is merging manhood and the fruits of the spirit, or you can get Zenja's book, Rooted in Boldness, the story of 10 women in the Bible that were far from perfect, but they had extraordinary faith and did amazing things. So support us in the work that we're doing, because we're doing kingdom work and we can't do it without you. Until next time, Thursday night, I will be doing a Bible teaching on health and wellness. So you want to watch that on Thursday, March the 7th. I will be doing a solo teaching on that subject. It's going to be real great. You don't want to miss that. Please subscribe and you'll be notified as to when the next episodes, which are on Sundays and Thursdays. Until next time, my name is Gregory Bloomfield. This is Davina McLean-Randall, and this is Motivation Moments. Until next time, God bless you. Be encouraged, be inspired, and be motivated. God bless you. Have an amazing week.